Good morning. Are you ready to start moving and getting the tension and the tightness out of your back and your hips? Awesome. I am too. Let's go ahead and we'll get started with this class. It's going to do just that. Help us relieve some tension and tightness in the back and in the hips. I like to wear warm clothes for this class because you're not going to be doing a lot of moving through yoga poses, and so you're not going to be breaking a sweat, and it will help to keep your body warm to be able to move into some of these stretches and these exercises that we're going to do. So I like to dress warm and comfortable for these types of classes. And also make sure you have something soft underneath you. You don't even need a mat for this class if you don't want. I'm just using this cushy rug because it helps to support my knees really well, and it's really soft on my body. So you can do it on carpet if you want to. And as far as props go, we'll be using two different props today. Just a stick, or this is a handle. This is from my sweeper, my Swiffer mop. And you can just use a handle from a broom or a mop if you don't have a stick. And then a yoga block. Just prop yourself up with for our very last pose that we're going to be doing in class. So if you don't have those, go and grab them, and I will meet you back here and we will go ahead and we will get started. So to begin, we're going to warm up through our spine. You'll sink your chest back, send your arms forward with the back sides of your hands touching. Curve your spine round your back, and then pull your elbows back as you send your chest forward and arch. So you're stretching the other way. We will do 10 of these. So forward, sink it back, and then pull the elbows back, open the chest. 1. And send your chest back. Pull the elbows open. 2. Again, forward to sink the chest back, and then chest forward as the elbows pull back. 3. And 4. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you push forward and sink back. 5. And open. Here's number 6. Open. And 7. Sink. Really try to work through the whole spine. 8. 9. And 10. Perfect. Place your hands down. Your right hand will push into the floor. You'll press your rib cage out through the side and just reach your left arm over your head to get a side stretch. And then switch. Left hand down, right arm up. Push through the ribs, push through the floor. And that was 2. We're going to go to 10. 3. And up. Switch sides. 4. And lift. 5. Push. And come back up. 6. Stretch. And up. And 7. Push. And lift. 8. Back up. And 9. And back up. And 10. Push. And come back up. For this next one, just easy twists. Take your right hand to your left knee. Twist and look back. We're not going to hold it for very long. We're just going to switch sides. Push into the other side. Back and forth. Side and side. Switch to the first side. And then over to the second. And again, switch. And switch. Make sure your spine is nice and long. Rotate. And rotate one more time. Each side. Twist. And twist. Good. Come back to center. Now let's move on to our hands and our knees. For this, you want to come up onto your toes. So you're sitting up on your toes. If that isn't working for you, you can also do it with your toes tucked under. Open your knees nice and wide. Walk your hands forward. You'll stack your right hand on top of your left hand. Fold your head and your chest down between. And then you're going to curve your spine. Press up through your shoulder blades. Round your back. And then release it back down. We'll do 5 on each side. So 5 with the right hand on top, and then 5 with the left hand on top. So start with the right, head goes down. Now curl the spine round and sink. And round and sink. And curve, send the chest down as you stretch. And push and release. Here's our last one. Push and sink. Switch sides. Left hand on top, same thing. Curl the back. Round the spine, sink it down. Round and press down. Round and release. Curl the back, sink. 2 more, push and release. Last one, push and release. Good. Walk your hands in, roll yourself back up. All right, now we'll stay in this position with our feet, either having a tuck or you can do flat. And your elbows will come down onto the floor with your fingers pointed to the sides of the room. Then you'll twist. You'll open your right arm, pull your elbow to the ceiling, extend the arm, bend it back down, and close. We're going to alternate sides for this one, so the next time you do the other side and come down. We'll do a total of 10 of these. And as you do it, make sure you're not doing what I'm doing right here where I'm sticking my tailbone up. You want to pull that tailbone under. So you're really opening and making your ribs move from your middle spine. So let's start on the right arm. We'll do 10 of these total. Lifting up and extend. Bend, come back down. Other side. And lift. Open, bend, and down. And 2. Open. Lift, bend, and down. Twist, and open. And close. Number 3. Up. And stretch. And bend. And down. Switch. Other side. 4. Elbow goes up. Extend the arm. Bend the elbow. Come back down. Elbow up. And lift. And 5. Close. And open. And 6. And switch sides, elbow up. Straighten the arm. Bend, close it back down. Switch. Here's 7. Open, bend, and close. And other side. And here's 8. Really twisting from the rib cage. And 9. We're almost there. Last one on each side. Right opens, extends, bends, and closes. And left open, extend, bend, and close. Good. Walk yourself back up. You can untuck the toes and just sit up for just a second. Roll those shoulders out. Good. Hopefully you're feeling your middle back start to open up as we do those twists and rotations. One more set of rotation twists. We'll come up onto all fours again, keeping those knees nice and wide. This time your toes can stay under. They don't have to tuck up. Your right arm will lift, opening up and spiraling, and then you'll thread it underneath your left arm and place your head down on the floor. And then you move back into it, open, and close it down. Let's do 8 total on each side. Right arm starts, lift the right arm, spiral, and then roll it under, set your head down. Open 2, thread it under and lower. And open 3, and set it down. And 4, open, and lower down. And 5, twist, thread it through. 6, and 7, One last time. 8. And come back to all fours, switch sides, the left hand lifts, thread it under the right, head goes to the floor. 1. Open, twist. 2. Open, 3. Thread it through. And 4, halfway there, thread it under. And 5, open. And 6, open. And 7. Here's our last one, open, 8. And thread it down. And back to all fours. All right, let's move into the hips now. Step your right foot forward. It will stay right in front of you in parallel. Your left hand is going to come down on the inside of the foot. You'll try to sink down through your back hip. And then a rotation. Open up your arm, twisting, and then come back down. You'll push yourself back up. Open the knee out to the side. This time, same arm as leg goes down. And then you open the top arm to the ceiling and come back down and stand up. So we go through those two positions, forward and parallel, and then turned out. When we're forward, it's opposite. When we're turned out, it's the same arm as leg. All right, let's do 8 of these on each leg. Right leg forward, left hand down, open to spiral and twist. 1. And stand up, turn it out. Hand to the inside, open. And down, forward again. 2, open. Push back, open it to the side, and twist it up. And come forward, 3, open. Back up, open it to the side, hand down, and reach it. Back to the front, 4. Open the hip, place the hand, open the hip. And come forward, 5. Twist. Push back, open the hip, hand down, twist the spine. And forward, sink, open. Push back, open the hip, come down. And forward, 7. To the side. And forward, last one. And back to both knees. We'll do this on the other side, starting with your left leg forward, right hand down. Open, close, push back, turn it out, hand down, open, and close, back to the front. 2. And 3. Forward, 4, open, close, push back, turn it out, hand down, open, close. Forward, hand down, open and close, 5. Almost there, 6. And forward, 7, open, close, to the side, down and open, close. And here's our last one, 8. And then come back onto both. So starting to work into those hips and keep moving with the spine to help open everything up. A little bit of stretch into our hamstrings and continuing to open those hips. Keep turned out. Step the right foot out in a turned out position. Hands go down to the floor, and you'll want to walk them a little bit towards your leg. You'll push your knee past your toe to sink spreading your legs apart, and then you'll push your hips back. Try to straighten this leg. If you don't get it all the way straight, that's okay. And sit back over your heel to get a hamstring stretch under the leg. We'll do 8 of these, sinking forward and then pulling back. And we have 1, and sink it back. Go forward over the toe, 2, push it back, stretch. And 3, push it back. 4, 5, come forward. 6, go back. Again, sorry, this is 6. Sometimes I just like to change up my counting. And 7. And 8. And come back up. Knee goes down, switch sides. Step the left foot out, move your hands a little more to the left. Sink over that knee, sending the weight forward, and then pushing it back to stretch. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and knees come back underneath you. Good work. Again, moving into the hips, stack yourself up, step that right foot forward. The back leg this time is gonna rotate open. So you have, doesn't have to be a 90 degree, but it's not parallel right behind you. You wanna make sure it's open. That's gonna help you stabilize and balance underneath. So same idea, we're sink forward, and then we're gonna add a rotation. So arms come forward, sink over that right leg, open your opposite arm to twist, and then back, and then push yourself back up. 8 total of these. Here we go. 1, open, close, push back. And 2, open, close, push back. And 3, 4, halfway there. And 5, 6, 7, and our last one, 8. Switch sides. Right leg goes back, left leg goes forward, turn out your back leg, sinking forward, lunge forward, open, close, press it back up. 8 total. Reach the arms forward, sink it down, open, and close. Push it back. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Push back onto both knees, sit back over your heels. 90-90 with both your legs. You'll sit down, right leg will come forward, 90 degrees, back leg, 90 degrees. I'm on a little bit of a diagonal, so you can see me do this a little bit better. Turn your shoulders towards your front leg, so your hips and shoulders are square on the diagonal. Your hands will just come together in the middle. Crease at your hips to reach forward. Try not to round the back, send your chest forward. Sit back up, and then side bend towards your back leg. Just easy, it's not gonna be super deep. Side bend and come back up. 8 on this leg, we'll switch, and we'll do 8 on the other leg when this leg comes front. All right, just Square the shoulders, square the hips, lean forward, sit back up, and over to the back leg. Again, and 2, reach it up towards the back leg, stretch, and up, and 3, and over, lean forward, 4, lean to the side, and forward, 5, lean forward, 6, to the side, again to the front, 7, and here's our last one on this side, 8. Switch sides, change your legs, opposite leg comes forward, send the other leg back, 90-90, turn your shoulders towards that front leg, fold forward, and then stretch to the back leg. Leaning forward, 1, and stretch it to the side. And forward, 2, to the side. And forward, 3, to the side. And forward, 4, and over. To the front, 5, to the side. To the front, 6, up and over. And 7. And our last one, forward, 8, and over. And then change sides again, taking the right leg to the front, the left leg back. This time, I'm gonna turn so you can see this again. This time we're gonna square everything off again. Your hands will just come to the side. You can even touch them on the floor if you want. I like to keep mine floating, I guess. That's a little bit easier for me. And then you're going to inwardly rotate this back hip. So you're gonna turn that in and try to lift your back foot off the floor just a little, rotating inward, and then releasing to sit back down. Inward rotation to turn the foot up, and then outward rotation to sit back and open the hip. We will do 8 lifting and lowering, and switch, and you guessed it, 8 on the other side. Here we go, turning in, rotate, lift, 1, and 2, release, pull it up, 3, by turning in, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switch it out. Rotate to the other side. Square your hips forward, arms to the side. Turn the back leg in. Your foot will go up. And turn it in, 1, and release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and release. Come back onto the side. Just come into an easy butterfly. Sit up nice and tall. Take a breath. Now it's time to grab our broomstick or our stick, and we're going to do some side bends with the thoracic spine. So you'll come up, toes are tucked, open the knees, sink down. You'll take a hold nice and wide on your stick. Then from your upper body, so try not to make your lower back do the bending. You're gonna try to move from your rib cage up, and you'll bend to the side as you twist the stick up and send it as far to the side as you can. You'll come back to center, and then you'll switch to do the other way. So like this, arms go forward, drop those shoulders, bend from the ribs, up and over, send the stick, and then stretch it back to center and switch, go the other way. And lift back up from the rib cage, not from your lower back. And up, and over. This is 2. We are going to do 8. 3. Back up and switch. And back up. 4. And 5. 6, up, lean, and center, up to lean the other way, and center, and 7, over, last time, 8, and over, and back to center. Good, release that down. Untuck the toes, send the legs or the feet underneath you, or just make your way onto your bum, back into that butterfly, press the knees down. This butterfly can be closer, pulling the heels closer in towards your body, stacking the shoulders, sitting up nice and tall, and lean your chest forward, keeping your hips folding. Try not to round the upper back, and fold it down. Not your deepest stretch, just to release it out. And just hold. And come back. Move this off to the side. We will use it again for another exercise later, but let's move it off for right now. And let's stretch into our hip flexors, which are on the front of your legs. These get really tight if you do a lot of sitting. And so it's really good to stretch these out and to open up through the front of the body into the quads. So this stretch is awesome to do those two things. Coming up, step your right foot forward. And this, we really want to tuck our pelvis. So the more we tuck, the more we're going to get the stretch in the hip flexor and the quad, like what we're looking to do. So you'll tuck the pelvis. You can wiggle this front foot out, and you'll sink down, sending this hip towards the floor. Your shoulders will square towards your front leg. Place your hands on your knee and just sink. Try not to lean forward. Try to sit yourself up, pushing this hip more forward and lifting from the rib cage to get that nice gentle arch through the back. We'll hold this for about 30 seconds. If you want to go deeper, lift the rib cage, send the sternum to the ceiling, drop the head back, and keep sinking as you hold. If you're arched, lift your head, tuck even more, press with your front leg to come out of it.
And switch sides.
Right leg back, left leg steps forward.
Tuck the pelvis, wiggle your toes forward, sink down, hands go onto the thigh, square the shoulders. Really tuck under so you can lift your chest up.
Slowly lifting the chest, sending the hips down, reaching the chest up, bending from your ribs. Arch it back. Keep breathing. Lift your head, tuck the pelvis. Push yourself back up. Come back onto both knees. Whew, that's always a nice deep opening for me, and it feels really nice to stretch out those tight muscles. All right, let's hit the glutes now. We're gonna go into the rotators, which are on the sides of our hips. Sit down onto your bum. Your bottom leg, which will be your left leg this time, is going to make a 90-degree angle. And you'll take your opposite leg, your right leg, put your ankle or your heel on top of your knee. And if this knee is really high like this, feel free to slide a pillow or a block under that knee to just help support it a little bit more. If you're okay and it's not doing a lot of torsion or torque in your knee, you can drop down and try to flatten those legs on top of each other. So it's called fire log, because it's like you're stacking the fire logs on top of each other for your fire. And if your knees are feeling a little bit twisting, you can flex your feet to help stabilize your knee joints. And if this is a really deep stretch for you, you can stay here just sitting up and trying to relax and release that hip down. If you want to go deeper, send your chest forward, creasing at your waist, folding those hips back, and walk the hands forward, and then just release your head down. Practicing your big deep breaths. Lift your head, walk your hands back up if you're forward, and switch. The top leg becomes the bottom leg, 90 degrees. And now the left leg will go over heel or ankle over the knee. Open, slide a pillow or a block if you need it. Sit up super tall and reach forward if you did so on the other side to fold yourself down. Flex the feet to protect your knees. Hold it here. Lift your head, walk the hands back in, and then release out. Ooh, those are really tight for me today. That felt really nice. All right, a little stretch. We'll move a little bit more into the hamstrings here. And again, opening up the side body and that thoracic spine. It's gonna really help to do those rotations to release out through your back. If you have hip pain, doing correct rotations will help a lot, and it will also help release out lower back pain. All right, let's move into a little bit of hamstring work here. You want to extend the right leg forward. Your left leg is going to come either at your shin or all the way up to your thigh. We'll do a little rotation. So the opposite hand, your right hand will reach to your left knee. And then you're gonna stretch over to the side. Try to go right to the side, not towards your foot, but directly to the side to reach. And then come back up. And reach. And lift back up. And side stretch. And lift. This is a really deep side stretch for me. Try to get that arm nice and straight and fold again from the ribs up, not through the lower back. And two more, reach, and back up, stretch, and back up. Good. Let's take a rotation. Keep your hand on the knee. Your opposite hand will go behind. Push into your knee, and just twist to look back. Sitting up nice and tall, and again, twisting from your rib cage. Finding that spiral. And release. Back to center. Let's switch legs. Extend the left leg, right leg to the shin or up into the thigh, whatever you did on the first side. Left hand goes across, stretching it over, and then top arm's gonna reach the opposite way, fold over from the ribs to stretch it out. And we reach and come back up. And side stretch and lift it back up. Side stretch. Lengthen. Try to fold right to the side if you can. It's hard for me too to get right to the side. Do your best. And stretch. And over. And stretch. One last time, reach. And back. Take that twist, but hand goes behind, push into your knee, sit up nice and tall, and then press to rotate. Opening that back shoulder away from you, so it's not rolling into the midline of your body, but it's opening out. And then unwind back to center. Extend both the legs forward in front of you and just shake them out. All right, let's grab our stick once again, going into some forward folds here. If you can't get your stick all the way forward in front of your feet, that's okay. Just try to keep your spine as long as you can, reaching as long as you can, and then coming back up. So if you don't get into the full forward fold right now, that's all right, as long as you're maintaining that flat back and really reaching the stick and your chest over your feet as much as possible. Take your hands wide on your stick, lift it up over your head, hold the rib cage in so you're not arching through your back, and then fold from your hips, reach forward, and then lift it back up. Reach forward, fold. Lift it back up. As you reach forward, try to send the stick as far forward as you possibly can and come back up. And lengthen forward. And lift it back up. Fold, send the hips back and the chest forward. And 5 more times, forward. Reach. And lift it up. And forward, lengthen. And lift it up. And 3 more, forward. And up. And 2, lengthen to fold. Engage to lift. Here's our last one. Fold forward. Keep it there. Even if you're here and your stick is here, your spine is long, you'll stay there. We're going to cat and cow with the spine. So you'll inhale, send your chest forward, lengthen, push the back of your knees towards the floor, and then round the spine, curl it in. Inhale, dive the head forward, lift it up to arch. Exhale, curl, round it in. Inhale, dive and lift. Exhale, release and round. Inhale, dive and lift. And exhale, release, curl. Inhale, sweep the head up to the ceiling, chest goes up. Exhale, fold and round. 2 more. Inhale, lift, look up. Exhale, round it out. Inhale, lift, look up. Exhale, round it out. And then release, and you can slowly round yourself all the way up. Perfect. Okay. Moving into the shoulders a little bit. We're almost finished today. We want to make sure we hit the whole back. The shoulders are part of that. They can get really tight, and that can translate down. So we're trying to relieve tension and tightness throughout the whole pelvis and the whole spine. Hands go nice and wide onto your stick. Lift your arms up, drop your shoulders down, pull your rib cage in. So we never want to flare those ribs forward and send the tailbone back. And now you'll pulse your hands back and then back overhead. So you're just release 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep pulling it back. 6. Try to open as much as you can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bend the elbows. Let the stick come on top of your shoulders and then release your hands. Just let them fall over the stick. Cross your left leg on top of your right. Fold from your rib cage over to the side. You can stick the stick into the floor and just let your upper body hang right over to the side. Really try to keep those shoulders stacked and moving from the side body up to stretch over. Engage your obliques on this left side to lift yourself back up. And we'll switch legs. Cross the right over the left. Fold over to the opposite side. You can put the bottom of the stick into the floor and then hang your body, opening your shoulders and letting your head release down. Engage your obliques on the right side. Lift yourself back up. Perfect. Grab the stick with your hands, nice and wide. Extend, you might want to even go wider. Extend the arms back, and then rotate the hands over top. You can uncross your feet. We'll go down, sending the arms down, keeping the chest opening, and then rotate the shoulders to lift back up. Let's do 10 of those. Down, and lift for 1, and 2. Lift it back up. Really working to keep the arms as straight as you can. The closer your hands are, the more stretch you're gonna get through your shoulders. So just depending on where you're at today, you can move those hands in or slide them out. And I think this is 5 more. Hard to count and talk. 4, 3, 2, and last one, back and forth. Good, bend the elbows, release, roll the shoulders out, both directions. All right, really good job. Let's move that off to the side. For our resting pose today, we are going to do a shoulder opener and a chest opener on a block. So it's a passive stretch. If it's too intense for you to do it the way that I'm showing you, you could do a pillow underneath you, or you could move the block down a level so that it's not as high. You decide, try this pose first. If it doesn't work, adjust as you need to. I will turn to the side so you can see this. The block is going to go right in between your shoulder blades. You want to send it right in between the shoulder blades. You'll lay yourself down on the block. So you might have to adjust to make it feel comfortable. About the bottom of your ribs are going to be on the bottom of the block, and then your head's going to drop off the block in front of you. Your arms go out to a goalpost to the side, and then turn your hips open and your feet together into a butterfly. And you'll hold here. We're gonna stretch here for about 3 minutes in this position, and then we'll do one more passive stretch, opening up through the thoracic spine on the block as well. So just relax your breathing, relax your head. If you're on the block and it feels like the floor is too far away, you could put another block under your head, or you could put a pillow under your head to lay it on for some extra support. But otherwise, your only job is to open up your body and to relax everything as you hang over your block or your pillow or whatever you are on right now. To move out of this pose, bend your elbows down, push your elbows into the floor, lift your chin into your chest, close your legs together, and push with your hands, engage your belly to lift yourself off the block. All right, our last pose for the day. Instead of having it long ways, we'll turn the block to the side. and it's going to go right at the bottom of your ribs. So you want the bottom edge of the block to be on the last rib of your body. If this is too intense, which this one is quite intense for me, again, you could grab a pillow or a bolster, or you could just change the block so it's flat instead of propping it up like this. So you'll put the block down. Again, you'll have to adjust. Get your ribs onto the block. Keep your feet flat for now. Drop the tailbone towards the floor and then release the head back. Your hands can go back to that goalpost shape or that W shape, and you can hold it here. You can also extend the legs out. Whatever feels better. And again, we'll hold this for about 3 minutes. To move out of this pose, again, bend the elbows down, hold the chin to the chest, plant the feet, and then push with the elbows, pull with the belly to lift yourself up and out. Slide the block over to the side, hands to the knees, gentle cat-cow to release. Inhale, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, curl round the spine. Inhale, lift, look up. Exhale, round and press back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. You might not be able to go as deep right now just because you're in that really deep arch. And then come back to center. Inhale, lift the hands over your head. Exhale, roll the wrists as you lower it down. Again, inhale. Exhale, roll the wrists out. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Place your hands back onto your knees, open the chest. Thank you for joining me today for this mobility routine. I hope your back feels nice and relaxed. I hope your hips feel more open. If you do this often, I promise that you will find more mobility and more ease in movement through your back and your hips, and it will decrease the pain that you're experiencing in those areas. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.